So, we are back for episode 3, and I'm sure I don't need to tell any of you how I'm late again. So, I'm just I'm gonna put these videos up whenever I freaking feel like. So I did something a little different this week, and I actually posted a thing on Facebook asking people for ideas, and I got 2 people to come back to me, so small, but at least there was some response. One was my old chemistry teacher, talking about how people claim when you move they're going to keep in touch with you and pretty much never do. And it's a pretty good point, so we'll talk about that. And another is a friend of mine from high school, about how people expect one person to do all the relationships while the other one does nothing but reap all the benefits. And he made a good point that it goes for just about any kind of relationship, friendship or family or, your lover. And I don't know, I got a couple other things that are bothering me too, so we'll get there. But back to Dr. Shapiro, my chemistry teacher's idea. So, I feel like it's happened to all of us. Most people, I would think, nowadays have moved more than, to their home that they've lived in their entire lives. So, you've moved, and you've had friends where you're like, oh, we'll be best friends forever, we're going to stay in contact, blah, blah, blah. And, when I moved from Michigan to Florida, I said I was going to do that, and I never did. And they never did. Now we're Facebook friends, and I don't even think that they remember who I am. So I just don't say anything. But it's kind of cool to see where people have ended up. And I think that it's kind of stupid how people don't keep in contact anymore when we make it so easy. You don't even have to write a letter anymore, or even pick up the phone. You can just add someone on Facebook and write on their wall every once in a while and be like, oh, hey, I didn't forget that you exist. But I feel like if you're best friends with someone before they move, that it's kind of ridiculous not to keep in touch. Like, my best friend from back home, I try to talk to her, I send her Facebook messages, and I'm trying to talk to her and tell her what's going on with me, and she completely ignores me. And it's like, I know you read them, and then when I came in town, she couldn't even ditch her boyfriend, who she lives with, in order to see me, when she knew I was coming back. I went home to visit. One person out of everyone that I graduated with and was friends with wanted to see me. And I think that's complete and total freaking bullcrap when I live 6.5 hours away. Not even, actually. It's more like 5.5, the way that my dad and I drive. So it's just stupid because there's no reason for it at all. And this video is not that funny this time around. I don't really know why. But Max's point, who's the kid that I went to school with, makes me a little more angry. When it's kind of true. I have friends who, they don't invite me to go places, but if I'm going somewhere, I'm supposed to invite you everywhere. That's freaking bullshit, okay? Bullshit. I'm not going to invite you everywhere in the world because I'm going and I think that you should be there. Take some freaking initiative and go out there and find it for yourself. And really, this happens in work too. Managers sometimes that I've had, past jobs, they didn't want to do anything, so they would pass it off to somebody else. But then, when it comes time for reviews, they look like the good guy while it looks like they're, controlling you when you're doing everything. And I feel like it's kind of a humanistic need to always look good with the least amount of work. And it's true, because, there's not a person that I've ever met in my life who doesn't do the same thing. I do it. I've done it before every single time. And it kind of goes back to the fact of, God, this one hair, how people, we spin a story to make ourselves always look like the good person. With my breakup that you guys heard about, I never once said anything about how I screwed it up, too. And how, it's my fault because I moved away, or how I didn't keep promises about calling at times when I said I was supposed to call, or blah, blah, blah. But, we're all going to spin stories and make ourselves sound like the good guys, so why is it that one of us is supposed to do that and the other one's supposed to sit there and take the other one's shit? It's not fair. And the one thing that's really starting to bother me, too, are, not even just guys. I was going to say guys, and that's not fair, because not all guys do this. But, in my case, it's a guy. Why people feel the need to make their ex feel like shit all the time. Certain ex-boyfriend, you guys all know about him, he calls me and tells me that he loves me and gets me to say that I love him too, blah, blah, blah. Because I still do, and I probably will for a really long time, because he's really important to me. But, he's toying with me, and he's being all playa in the Himalaya, trying to seem all special and important, when he has a girlfriend. And he's calling me and he's telling me that he loves me and that he wants to be with me and that he wants to come stay with me and blah, 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 and we're going to work things out. I wonder how his girlfriend feels about all this. And it's if I was a decent person, I would probably tell her. But the thing is, if she's not smart enough to figure it out that her boyfriend's, verbally cheating on her, do I really need to tell her? Because I don't think she needs to know. God, this one hair is driving me nuts, guys. Anyway, it just, I hate how people are so stupid, too. She has to know. Every time they're together, he's sitting there on his phone. Like, when I was with him, I was always like, who are you texting? Like, we're supposed to be together right now, and who are you texting? Coming to find out, he was probably texting her the whole time, because he thinks he's freaking badass over here, and he's not. But, I don't know. I just don't understand why dating has to be so hard. Like, a relationship shouldn't really be work. It should just kind of flow. I mean, relationships are work, but, I mean, getting into one shouldn't be hard work. Like, I have a gay buddy of mine, and, like, he was talking to this guy, and he really likes him, but it won't work because they're too far, like, across the spectrum. Like, my buddy's he's really extremely extroverted. Like, he loves people, and he's very outgoing, and then the guy he liked is the complete and total opposite, and I feel like they felt it too, I guess, and now they're not talking or anything, and they're just friends, but there wasn't anything there to keep it together. Like, they were just too far apart from each other on that whole spectrum thing. And it shouldn't be, they're both trying to, like, change themselves a little bit to make it work, but I feel like you shouldn't have to do any of that until you're actually in a relationship. It should flow pretty organically until you get into a deep, serious commitment. And then it comes time for changes or, you know, some of the harder things. I mean, keeping my 4-year relationship going wasn't easy, but when it came to actually getting to the point where I could call him my boyfriend, that was all easy. Pretty much all I had to do, because I was in high school, is, oh, hey, I like you. Then him, yeah, I like you too. Want to go out sometime? Done. Easy. Because in high school, you know who everybody is, what they've been doing, you know, who they're doing it with, how many people they've dated, how many people they've slept with. You know all their business. Whereas in college, I can't even tell if a guy's straight anymore, the way that you guys all dress. And I can't tell if you have a girlfriend or not. And it's like, look, friends are great and all, but how many more friends do I really freaking need here? Okay, I want a boyfriend. That's really just what it comes down to. So I've decided that I'm just going to act like I don't give two shits about finding somebody, and then maybe I'll find somebody. But it's just frustrating. Because I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. Like, I know I'm not a bad person. I'm smart, and I'm funny, and I'm okay looking. I'm alright, I'm doing okay. And it's just annoying to me because I see people who are beautiful on the outside, but they've just got such ugly personalities, and they always have somebody. And it's not fair. Because I'm working so much harder, and I actually want to do something with my life, and these other girls, they're getting people left and right, and I'm sitting here all by myself. It just seems like it's just not fair. And I don't know what to do, or where to go, because I don't want to meet my next boyfriend while I'm grinding on him on the dance floor, and then he's like, oh, hey, what's your last name again? It's like, that's not what I want. I don't think that's what anybody really wants. I don't know. I feel like we put so much emphasis on finding another person in our lives to match ourselves, and no one's ever really sat there and said just to knock it off and to cut the bullshit and be okay to be alone. And I don't feel okay being alone. And I don't know very many people who do. So, is it really okay to be alone at our age? I mean, there's plenty of people that I know who are in relationships and really like it. And it's hard to be a single person and who have just gotten out of a relationship like that and to not want another one right away. So I don't know if maybe it's a me problem or what it is. But dating's getting to be such a freaking hassle. And life is just such a freaking hassle that I don't know what else to do. And it's just so frustrating. And I feel like all I'm doing right now is rambling, and I just don't even care because it makes me feel better. So, I don't know, maybe somebody out there feels the same way and I help somebody else out. I don't freaking know. I don't really care, to be honest, now, because now I just feel a little bit better. And I think now maybe I'll go bust in on my friends and watch the next 20 minutes of Glee or however long Glee lasts. I don't know anything about Glee. I don't know. If you have any ideas for my next video or something that bugs you, let me know. I got nothing but ears. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.